So this week has been all about revisiting the score for Where the Mountain Meets the Moon, a musical adaptation, which is a show of mine that I was commissioned to write back in 2012 to have a world premiere in 2014 at Bay Area Children's Theater. It's an adaptation of this book by Grace Lin. You can see all my little notes from when I was adapting it into a show. The world premiere back in 2014 was a 90-minute, 2-act TYA theater for young audiences production. And it is going to be remounted at Bay Area Children's Theater in September. But this time around, I have revised the script and score to be a breezy 70 minutes. Another thing that's going to be different about this production is instead of having live musicians, which we had for the world premiere, it was a live pianist and a live erhu player, which is a Chinese 2-stringed instrument. We are going to be using pre-recorded tracks, so that's what I've been working on this week specifically. Is after I had reduced the score down to the 70-minute version, I now need to work in Logic and create these tracks that are going to accompany the performers during the show. And the show will also be produced at South Coast Repertory in February, but this month they are going to be doing a workshop, so I needed to get something ready for them to be able to get a good sense of the show. So it became a task of prioritizing what was important, and what was the most important to get complete, or as complete as possible, were any songs that heavily involved the actors, meaning anything that the actors had to sing, or that there was some kind of movement or choreographed element that needed to be a part of the song, so that both the South Coast Rep workshop and the Bay Area Children's Theater rehearsals can happen with as close to what the music's going to be as possible. So I was able to send off those key numbers earlier this week, a couple days ago, and today I've jumped into working on all of the transitional music, any kind of scene change, or just underscoring accents that might occur during scenes that don't involve actors singing. And even after I complete all the transitional music, I am really just giving them what is written in the score, which is for the piano and the erhu, but I do want to add some percussion just to bring in some different sounds and ornamentation. And that's a process I may actually start when the Bay Area Children's Theater production is in rehearsal, and I get a chance to kind of hear how it all is sounding with the actors together, and I'll kind of get a sense of how much I really want to add to the score or not. It has been a pretty long process, a bit of a slog at times, just because I'm not the most adept sound person. So working in Logic, while I can do it, and I think I do it okay, it's definitely something I'm still learning and getting better at. So yeah, as of right now, end of day on Friday, my brain is a little fried, having done a lot of this scoring work, and I'm ready for the weekend and to just give myself a little bit of a break from having been immersed in this music. And at the same time, it has been a delight to kind of go back and revisit this score that I worked on years ago, and to find that it is all still very familiar to me, that I can kind of put myself back into the mindset that I had while writing it. And I actually think this revision, this shorter 70-minute version, in some ways is gonna make the show stronger. This happened when I revised my show, The Song of the Nightingale. The original version was way too long. And when I got a second production of it, I was able to go back and reduce the length, and that reduced version I was very happy with. And I realized there was a lot there that I didn't need. So I feel like a similar thing is going to happen with Where the Mountain Meets the Moon. But yeah, pretty much met my goals for this week and feel pretty good about being able to kind of prioritize and plan it out so that I knew what I needed to be working on, and hopefully I'm getting things to people as they need them. Next week might be a little bit more of the mountain scoring. I hope I have some free time to kind of get into some creative brain space. It's been a while since I haven't had like a hard deadline that has forced me to be working on something. I would love in August and September to actually spend some time daydreaming and solving some problems that have come up with projects I'm working on. I think August and September will be that, and we shall see. And I shall see you next week.